always known as DJ, Dale Jr., and I decided that since I'm now Elvis Jr., soon to be official, I'm waiting on the judge to approve it. I went in there to the courtroom, and he said, "Why do you want to..." He's really mean, these judges. They point at you, and so they have crooked fingers and crooked hands and crooked arms. They're just crooked. And anyway, they're like, "Why..." Not all judges, I just mean this one. "Why do you want to be Elvis Jr.?" Well, he didn't really say it that way, but that's the way I took it. Well, anyway, I was like, "Well, sir, I am Elvis Jr. That's why I want to be Elvis Jr. Because that is who I am. And I just wanted my license to say that. And I went to the license plate, the license place, where you get the license plates. And I wanted my license plate and my regular license that I drive with to say Elvis Jr. appropriately and respectively. And it does not. And I told them at the license place that it should, and that I would be glad to pay for that. And they said no. They would not take my money. And, well, they did take my money, but they put Dale Jr. on there, unlike I asked them to do. And I was not a little upset, Judge, which means I was very upset, actually. And the other way of saying that. And I was actually very mad, sir. And I I said, "Well, take me to your leader. Take me to the manager." He said, "Well, this is the license place, and we don't have a manager." And I was like, "Well." I said, "Well, what do you have, ma'am?" And she said, "Well, we have..." I don't remember what he was called. I think it was a policeman is what it looked like to me. She took me to the policeman. He had a badge, and he was mean. Oh, he was meanie. What a meanie. I told him he was a meanie. I said, "You are a meanie." And I pointed at him, too. And that guy hauled me out of the license place. Of course, I thought that was very rude, because I was sitting there trying to organize an Elvis search party while getting my license changed over to Elvis Jr. And, of course, I told everybody in the license place there's a long line out the door. And so they were standing there doing nothing anyway. And I was like, they might see Elvis while they're waiting. Either way, I wanted to, as I told them all I was Elvis Jr., that we were out looking for Elvis, that we needed more search parties, because right now I'm doing it by myself, and that they all should be a part of this. And I lined them up. Well, they were already lined up for their license. But I said, everybody get in groups. Everybody get in groups. Of course, this officer was not happy about that either. But I said, really, you can still stay in the line, but just get in a group. And your group 1, you 5 people, and your group 2, your group, and so forth, and so be it, so on. And I went down the line. Of course, they wouldn't even get in groups for me. As a matter of fact, they kept stepping away from me. It was kind of ridiculous. And but I know that they're dedicated. They just didn't understand. And so anyway, I feel like I'll get some search parties out of that. And and then the officer got me and drugged me out of there and everything. That was ridiculous. I said, "Sir, do you know you got your hands on the collar of Elvis Jr.?" And I told him that. And he didn't listen to me at all. Really. He meant well, but he drugged me out of there. But anyway, Judge, the point of the matter is they would not change my license to Elvis Jr. And I'm very upset about that. Would you please do something about it? They told me I had to come see you, so here I am. Please fire them, and please change my license, and my license plate, and my birth certificate, everything needs to say Elvis Jr. Now that's right. Of course, he said that I had to do some kind of DNA testing of whatnot. I didn't understand what that meant. Do not associate DNA. Dale needs... I don't know what the A stands for. So anyway, DNA isn't working out for me. I told him I didn't have any. I didn't even know where to get it. And of course he said, "You've already got it." And I said, "Well, sir, that's one thing you're mistaken about. I don't have whatever DNA is. I have never seen it. I have never bought it or ever seen it to be bought in the store." I told him I would go ask about it. And he said, "No, that won't be necessary," in his mean way. He was kind of shaking, so I figured he was old, because he kept shaking his head at me. But anyway, I said, well, eventually I finally just told the judge, I was like, I said, "Sir, do you believe in Elvis? Do you believe in Elvis? Because I can see why, if you don't believe in Elvis, you won't believe in me being Elvis Jr. That would explain it." And he said I had to have proof that I was Elvis Jr. Well, I told him, Sir, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to get proof. I'm trying to get your permission to prove that I'm Elvis Jr. I said, how does this work? So I have to show you a license that says I'm Elvis Jr. But guess what? I have to get your approval to get a license that says Elvis Jr. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, really, you all are against Elvis. That's really what this is about. You're against Elvis. You don't like Elvis. He was more popular than you. And you're mad about that. And therefore you don't like me because I'm Elvis Jr. And he said, well, prove it. And I said, well, sir, that's what I'm doing today. That's why I'm here. And you have my testimony on that now, so you do have proof. Ha! I got him right there. I said, it's on the record. And I saw somebody over there writing a lot of things down. I thought, we got proof now. Because now we can always go back to that court date and say, see, proof on the record. Dale gave his witness that he was Elvis Jr. That would prove it. Which then I could take to the license place and say, now give me my license of Elvis Jr. And that would solve that. Of course, I was over there at Beale Street in Memphis looking at Elvis stores, Elvis restaurants. Really enjoyed seeing all his places that he used to shop at. Well, anyway, in one of those, they had licenses that said Elvis on them, but they didn't say Elvis Jr. So I could have gotten one there if it had said Elvis Jr. Because you can buy them. But when they don't say the right thing, I'm not about to waste my money on that. You know, I'm not paying $5 for a license that does not say the correct name of me. So, of course, the court costs were over $100-something, $150, I think. I can't remember. Of course, I wrote it on my Elvis check, which they did not take. And they said that I need to pay cash. I told them I don't have any Elvis cash. And all I have is, really that's really all. I just don't have it. And they were not happy with me about that. And so we have to get back together on that one there at the old courthouse. But that's good because then I can try to get another word in with the judge about getting permission to be Elvis Jr. Anyway, I don't know what they want over there. Thinking about getting a lawyer. That'll solve that. That'll fix them. And so I'm working on that. Getting a lawyer that will represent me on becoming Elvis Jr. Don't have a lot of money right now. That's kind of the hang-up. The lawyer wanted some money, and I said, well, I don't have any money yet. And they were like, well, come back and see me when you do. And I was like, well, what's wrong with me just seeing you right now? I'm seeing you already. Save me a trip coming back later. I said, well, it's all about, basically, it's about the money, which I don't have. Thought that was, I said, well, that was very selfish of you. I told the lawyer guy. I said, that's very selfish of you, because I don't have the money right now. I need to get a job done. I need you to do it for me. And it didn't fly over very well, and I got escorted out of there. Apparently there's police everywhere in this city that are after Elvis Jr. Because, boy, they have gotten me everywhere.